When did you realize you were not the favorite child? Every Christmas morning in our house felt like a lottery ticket that I could never win. My family had this weird tradition where my mom would write all four of our names on pieces of paper, fold them up, and drop them in an old coffee mug. Whoever's name got picked would receive the golden gift. Something expensive, personal, or just really special. The rest of us got the usual stuff. Socks with cartoon characters, a book we probably wouldn't read, or those cheap gift sets from the drugstore. When I was little, it seemed fair enough. Random chance, right? But by the time I hit 17, I started doing some basic math that made my stomach hurt. 4 kids. 17 years of Christmas mornings. I had never been picked, not once. I brought it up casually one year while we were cleaning up wrapping paper. Guess I'm just really unlucky with that hat. I laughed, trying to keep it light. My mom looked up from stuffing gift bags into trash bags. Oh, honey, it's completely random. Your turn will come eventually. That year, my little brother Jake got a brand new PlayStation. I got a vanilla candle that smelled like the inside of a department store. I smiled, played along, helped Jake set up his console like the good big sister I was supposed to be. But something was bothering me, and I couldn't shake it. The next few Christmases, I started paying closer attention. The pieces of paper never looked quite the same size. Some were folded differently, and my mom always seemed to fumble around in that mug for longer than necessary, like she was feeling for something specific. Christmas Eve, when I was 19, I waited until everyone went to bed. The house was quiet, except for the furnace kicking on and the occasional creak of settling wood. I crept downstairs to where the coffee mug sat on the kitchen counter, already prepared for tomorrow's drawing. My hands were shaking as I reached inside. One piece of paper, just one. I unfolded it slowly, already knowing what I'd find. Jake's name, written in my mom's careful handwriting. I stood there in my pajamas, holding this piece of paper under the dim light from the stove. Feeling 17 years of disappointment crash over me all at once. It had never been random. It had never been fair. I was just the kid they forgot to love properly. I went upstairs, grabbed my own paper and pen, and wrote out all 4 names. I folded them exactly the same way, made sure they felt identical. Then I went back downstairs and dumped Jake's name in the trash before putting the real lottery in the mug. Christmas morning, I watched my mom's face as she reached into the mug. For the first time ever, she looked confused. She pulled out a name, looked at it, then glanced back at the mug like something was wrong. "Emma," she announced, her voice flat. My siblings cheered. My dad patted my shoulder. Jake looked genuinely happy for me, which somehow made it worse. My mom handed me a small wrapped box with this forced smile that didn't reach her eyes. Inside was a cheap bracelet from the pharmacy, the kind that turns your wrist green after a few hours. I knew right then that there had never been a real gift waiting for me. She'd never planned for my name to be drawn because she'd made sure it never would be. I moved out 3 months later, got my own apartment, started working full-time, built a life where I didn't have to pretend anymore. The next Christmas, my phone rang. "Emma, guess what? We drew your name this year. Mom wants you to come by for the big reveal." I looked out my apartment window at the snow falling. Thought about the beautiful leather jacket I'd bought myself the week before. The one I'd wanted since high school but could never afford. "Sorry, I already have plans."